Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive that might just change how you see, well, everything?
Everything, huh? That's a tall order.
Well, get ready, because we're diving into Ask and It Is Given.
By Esther and Jerry Hicks. This one goes deep.
It's not just another self-help book, though, is it?
Not at all. We're talking about tapping into this wisdom from, well, it's called Abraham.
And just in case you're thinking some lone mystic on a mountaintop,
Right. Completely different.
it's a little more complex than that.
It's a group of non-physical entities, and they deliver some serious mind benders all through Esther Hicks.
Okay, I already know what you're thinking. Non-physical entities.
It does have a certain ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds a bit exorcist.
Yeah,
Huh?
and actually, you know what's kind of funny? Esther herself, she steered clear of that movie at first.
Really?
Oh yeah, she wasn't about to invite that energy in. But her journey, going from skeptic to literally lending her voice to this collective consciousness, now that's a story.
So we're not talking about just hoping things will magically get better. Not even close. This is about the law of attraction. The idea that we are way more in control than we even realize.
Okay, so how much control are we talking?
Think of it this way. Your desires. Those are like radio frequencies.
Yeah.
And your thoughts.
Yeah.
Your emotions. That's the dial. You tune into the right frequency, guess what?
You get what you want.
You start attracting it. Powerful stuff.
Okay, I'm starting to see this isn't just wishful thinking. It's more like aligning ourselves with what we want.
Exactly.
But how do our emotions play into all of this? This whole cosmic radio station.
Have you ever noticed how excitement, like real excitement, often pulls you towards something good?
Absolutely.
Or think about when you feel dread. Could be a sign to pause, rethink things. Our emotions are like a guidance system built right in.
Okay, so feeling good, that's like a thumbs up from the universe.
You got it.
But then negative emotions,
Wrong.
those are a sign we're off track.
Think of it like a compass, always pointing you towards or away from what you desire.
So how do we shift those emotions when they're, not pointing us in the right direction?
That's where things get really interesting. The Ruck, it offers a ton of techniques to help you align with your desires.
Okay, so what are we waiting for? Let's hear it.
All right, so we're not going to get bogged down with all of them. But today we've got a few that are super practical, even fun.
Okay, I like the sound of this. Give us the tools. Let's tune that internal radio dial, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, so first up, on our list of vibrational tune-ups, we've got, wait for it, the Rampage of Appreciation.
Catchy, right.
I'll admit, the name always makes me think, like, a herd of grateful elephants, but, bear with me here.
It's about shifting your energy, right?
Yeah.
And you do that by really focusing on what you appreciate, what you're grateful for. And honestly, it can be the simplest things. That first sip of coffee in the morning.
Unlike a sunny day when you weren't expecting it.
Exactly.
Good.
See, you get it. You're basically hitting the reset button on your whole mental state.
Okay, so you're saying no matter what else is going on, if I can find even one small thing to appreciate.
You flood your awareness with that gratitude. And here's the cool part. When you feel good, you vibrate at a higher frequency, and then you become a magnet for more things to appreciate.
So it's like this positive feedback loop for your energy.
Bingo.
I love it. Okay, what else have we got?
Let's talk virtual reality.
Wait, are we plugging into the Matrix now?
Not exactly, although it's kind of a similar concept when you think about it. We're talking about using your mind, right, to consciously create this scene, but it's a scene you want to experience in real life.
So like if I can really vividly imagine myself living my dream life, I'm feeling all the joy, the satisfaction, everything. By doing that, I'm sending that signal out to the universe.
You're getting it. And the more you practice, the more you're training your subconscious.
Like giving your subconscious a sneak peek at the amazing future that's coming.
I like that.
Okay, I'm ready to try this. Walk us through it.
Okay, so find a quiet spot, first off. Close your eyes and picture your ideal scenario, whatever that is. Where are you? Who's there with you? What are you doing? But don't just picture it. Feel it. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, touch? Make it real.
So it's like directing your own movie, right? Except you're the star and the ending's always happy.
Yes. And here's the thing. Here's where it gets really interesting. As you immerse yourself in this virtual reality, you've got to embody those emotions that go with those desires, the joy, the love, the abundance, everything. Feel it as if it's happening right now. That's the key.
So it's not just seeing it, it's stepping into that image, experiencing it with all your senses.
You got it. The more you can bridge that gap between what you're imagining and what you're feeling, the more magnetic you become.
Okay, last but not least, we gotta talk about this technique because I have been playing with this one and it's so interesting. Wouldn't it be nice if?
Tell me it's not as simple as it sounds.
It sounds so simple, but it's actually been really powerful.
Right. It's like this subtle shift just in the way you phrase things. Instead of, I want this or that, which can honestly sometimes feel a little forceful, like maybe even create resistance without you realizing it.
Yeah, like you're demanding it.
Yeah. So instead of I want, you shift to wouldn't it be nice if?
It's like you're taking the pressure off. You're allowing yourself to just dream it up without being totally attached.
Exactly. You go from like a place of lack, like you need it, to this place of open possibility.
It's almost like instead of a demanding text message, you're sending, a casual invitation to the universe.
Right. Way more chill, for sure.
Totally.
And, this whole idea about shifting our energy, it actually goes back to one of, I think, Abraham's most important teachings. We are powerful creators.
We're not just kind of blowing around in the wind, hoping for the best. We actually have the ability to choose, right?
To choose our thoughts, choose our feelings, which ultimately means we're choosing our experiences.
And that's huge, wouldn't you say?
I mean, talk about empowering. It's like realizing you're not stuck in the past. You're actually the one building your future.
Yes, exactly. But what I find so refreshing, at least for me, is that there's no blame. Like, it's not about constantly beating yourself up for having, those negative thoughts.
Right. We all have them.
It's more about, just being aware.
Awareness. Yeah. And then making a choice.
Okay, so being aware of the thought, how it makes you feel, and then consciously shifting gears.
Finding a thought that's more aligned with what you really want.
Okay, so for our listeners out there, anyone who's feeling a bit stuck or maybe a little overwhelmed, what would you say? What's the biggest takeaway from all of this? Something they can actually use starting today.
Pay attention to those emotions,
Yeah.
They're really like your guidance system, like we were saying. So if you're feeling good, awesome, you're on the right track, keep going. But if you're feeling down, that's just a little nudge. Time to adjust your thinking.
Exactly. It's like a little tap on the shoulder from the universe.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to really experiment with some of these techniques we talked about.
Yeah.
Find what works for you.
Yes, what resonates. But also, remember, this is a journey. It's not like you learn this stuff overnight and bam, that's it.
Not at all.
There will be times when, you fall back into those old patterns, those old ways of thinking. The important thing is, don't be too hard on yourself. Just keep coming back to those positive, aligned thoughts.
Because even the smallest shift, a tiny shift in your vibration,
Yeah.
you'd be amazed at the changes it can create in your life.
It's true. You might just be surprised by the magic that unfolds.
I love that, the magic that unfolds.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with something to think about, a little something to ponder. So imagine this. If you could script any aspect of your life, anything at all, what would it be?
Oh, good one.
But more importantly, think about how it would feel to actually experience that. Let that question really marinate a little bit. Think about those dreams, the ones you've maybe tucked away. Because really, you have the power to make those dreams a reality. So true. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. We really hope you're walking away feeling inspired, feeling empowered, maybe even a little more in tune with that incredible creator that's inside all of us.
Hear, hear.
Until next time, keep those vibes high and keep exploring.